What's going on, everybody? I appreciate those of you that were hanging out, waiting on this very short notice stream to start. For those of you stopping by watching the replay, though, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us. So I wasn't initially planning on going live today, hence the reason it's so late today. Live at 7:45 Central is when this is starting. Wasn't planning on it, but I had two more fragrances come in from Sauvant. Sorry about that, guys. The mic's wanting to act up. But I was saying I could be more productive and edit the weekly rotation that I filmed a little while ago and upload that for tomorrow. But screw it, we're here. So sorry about that, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Glad I'm at a point to where I can still see it. I really should change that cord from time to time. It does this. So I apologize. For those of you just getting here, make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way in if you don't mind. We'll hang out for about 10 minutes, give everybody an opportunity to get here. Like I said, it was short notice. I set it up 15 minutes before I clicked go live because I just last minute decided to do it. Felt like being live. So here we are. So let's get caught up with the chat. What's going on, Sean? Good to see you. Curious to hear your thoughts on J'adore. If you ever get your nose on them, I haven't tried anything. If that's a brand, I haven't tried anything. If that's a fragrance, I haven't tried it. So not familiar. Leather Tobacco is an absolute home run. Citrine, speaking of, that's in this week's rotation. I wore it yesterday. Yeah, last night out the shower. Sally, good to see you. Torino 23, I have not tried. Good to see you, AJ. So let me get through all the audio lost comments real quick. Good to see you, Juan. Jen at home. Dior Homme Sport 2021. This stuff is so damn good. Cody, good to see you. Versace Pour Homme. Climatics in the house. Fuzzman's wearing Naxos. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're able to be here as well. This is a lot later than I typically stream. 1 Million Parfum, great choice. So still dealing with, what's up, E? Dealing with some of the no audios. Yeah, I had to unplug it, plug it back in. It lost connection for some reason. Late night sniffs. Yeah, wearing Tommy. One of the greats, in my opinion. Extra special live. Yeah, there you go. Hollywood, Florida. We're in Insurrection. Layton for Josh. Good stuff. Happy birthday, JT. Everybody make sure to let JT know happy birthday because today is that man's birthday. Good to see you, my man. H24 EDP. Great choice. So we're going there in the thumbnail. Plume Impression Royal Bourbon. This came in when I got blockade. That's how long I've had this sitting there and just didn't open it. These all came from Sauvant Garde. I've got Rouge Exclusif from Cristiano Siriano, which my mom took when we first moved here. My mom confiscated the eau de parfum, the one that smells like BR 540 EDP. This one's like the extrait, so I'm curious to try it. And then State of Mind, Sense of Humor. So I did look at the notes on this one because I actually picked this one out because I was like, I never tried that brand. Let me try something from them. And I don't remember the notes, but I remember it was attractive enough to where I was like, let me get that one. So I guess at the time I had high hopes for it. I don't remember what was. It's probably fresher and greener. The bottle's green, so I'm assuming that's what made me pick it. So much goes in and out of my head every day, guys. But I'm going to be checking that one out, too. Maybe first. So I think that's going to be the freshest of the bunch. Mr. Maritime, Ralph's Club EDPs. $30 at Walgreens right now. Just a little FYI for everybody. Okay, so it's a mind game fragrance. Okay, gotcha. Guerlain L'Homme L'Intense. Good stuff. The king of the super chat has arrived. We got him 2 days in a row, ladies and gentlemen. He is back in full effect. Wearing ombre leather from Tom Ford. Great, great choice. I haven't tried any of the clones, and I really don't care to. I get asked often. I have zero interest in them because I like Isola Blue so much. I kind of have it on a pedestal, and I hardly wear the real one. So, like, I'm not even interested in the clone, any of the clones, because, like, I hardly wear the real deal. So if I get in the mood for it, I want to wear the real deal. I have the real deal, you know, which happens 9 out of 10 times. Very seldom will I wear the clone if I have the original. It happens. Effla Parfum, I wear over the original. 9 p.m. from Afnan when I get in the mood for ultra male, I wear it over the original. I wear Aventus clones pretty often, but that's kind of a different, its own case. But most of the time, I just review the clones for you guys because you guys want to know. You know, some of them are really good. Like tonight when I get out the shower, speaking of really good, Quattro, the afternoon swim clone. I'm rocking this when I take my shower. And after this live stream, I'm jumping in the shower, spraying this bad boy on. Oh, by the way, didn't mention my sin of the day, Milano Privé. It is that good. Don't spend $200 on 1 million Privé on eBay. Get this for under 30. It's close enough. If 1 million Privé was what it used to cost, I'd still get 1 million Privé, but it's not. It's resale prices, so that's the way to go. Good to see you, Eric. How are you? Jean-Paul Gaultier in the Navy. Aquatic Arrows. It's solid. It's like an orange creamsicle. I haven't spent a ton of time with it, but it's a pomegranate fragrance. I'm assuming you mean state of mind, sense of humor. Yes, this is the Mississippi Braves. This is AA, I believe AA, minor league team. Yep, Mississippi Braves. Zerjoff Fierro, beautiful stuff. My man, the brunette Johnny Bravo of Fragcom has arrived. Dave, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great Saturday. I know you had a great last Saturday. I won't tell everybody your business, but we haven't talked since you texted me about your last Saturday. You get the quiet, soft live stream clap for last Saturday. I hope it was a repeat performance for you or something close. Hope you're doing well, my man. I think so. I didn't double check, but I believe it did. Let's look. Let me look real quick. I mean, it wasn't a massive resize. It's the amount they had. Yeah, it sold out. Yeah, it went pretty quick. Valentino Uomo EDT. So we got a few more minutes and we'll dive into it. That's good fragrance, though. Doesn't get any love. Joel, good to see you, sir. Jay, how are you? Lacoste, I'm assuming L'Homme Intense. Flowman's wearing Tonka Cola, smelling fantastic. What's going on, Brian? How are you? Driving home, able to catch you live. I'm glad you're able to be here. We're going to smell two niche and one designer clone, basically. Christian Siriano is a designer. And the Rouge fragrances are Baccarat Rouge clones. Pretty good ones, too. The first one's really good clone of the EDP. Like I said, my mom kind of stole that one from me. He's like, go ahead. I got a ton of BR 540 clones. If you want it, of course you can have it, Mom. Like, I need to hoard a damn fragrance. Come on now. But I'm going to check this one out. My wife's kind of already got her eye on it, so I might be losing this one after I sniff it as well. She's like, ooh, I remember the bottle for that one. And this one's like the extrait. So she's already like showing interest. So I'm going to let her smell it, and I'm sure if she wants it, she'll take it. Brad, good to see you. Love these later streams because baby girl's in bed, and I can tune in more. Polo Blue Parfum's a great fragrance, but I'm glad you're able to be here, my man. Acqua di Gio Profumo. Joel, that is an all-time great designer, in my opinion, sir. You smell fantastic. I loved it. So everybody kept saying Hollywood Rock. That ain't 2002 Rock. That's the original The Rock. That's Joining the Nation of Domination heel rock. That was great. That was what everybody wanted. That's why they started cheering him at some point. Like, yes, this is what we prefer, this over what you were going to do. I think it's all a big work, a big swerve's coming in the plot. We're going to get a big plot twist. Me and Terrence, which I haven't seen him show up yet, with the one that we do the acknowledge me thing in the chat when he shows up. We were talking earlier. We both agree it's going to be a big plot twist on how The Rock dismantles the bloodline. This is going to be part of the Cody taking everything from him. I think they're going to feed that into, and they're going to be like, we were working you guys the whole time, when I think there is some pivoting going on. But anyways, we'll talk wrestling later. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sarasota, Florida. Hell yeah. Day 3 Fragrances, La Tacita de Cafe. I have a package coming from Day 3 Fragrances. In my P.O. box, and I go on Monday, I have new release, at least one new release from Scent Journey Fragrances, Florida-based, a bunch of tropical stuff. Really excited about that. And then some newer stuff from Day 3 Fragrances that's coming in as well. So Mike had reached out to me to get my P.O. box from me because, yeah, I haven't got anything from him since I lived in Colorado. So he's like, I want to double check. What's your new address? So I'm excited. Those two brands are awesome. Day 3 Fragrances, fantastic. Scent Journey, I mean, Cocktails and Catamarans, one of the greatest tropical fragrances I've ever smelled. Grecian Grotto is solid. A lot of people like them. It's my least favorite. But what's my second favorite? Lido Life. That's amazing. Very green, but still has strawberry in it. That's my second favorite from the brand. So I'm excited to see what they've cooked up. Let's see. I love your channel. I follow you everywhere, and you're always spot on. Rifaka smells good once it dries down, but has a rubber smell opening. So I've heard people say burnt rubber about baby cats. So don't sweat it, Lamar. People say that about the real deal, and too, not just the clone. So I understand where people are coming from with it. So that's how accurate Rifaka actually is. It's a quality difference, not a scent profile difference, because they nailed down the scent profile on that one. So we're a little over 10 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and dive into this after I hit the super chats and everything. Yeah, Volcanus was here yesterday. It was good to see him. Creed Viking Cologne. That's solid. I still need to get that one. Flowman has renewed. Welcome, welcome back. Christian Bale at $4.99. Super chat. Love your Cologne content. You are rocking the WWE merch. Do you think that? Yes. Yeah. So you heard me. Everything I said. I just touched on that, but I appreciate the super chat. It's definitely going to happen at Mania. I think The Rock's going to work a few things this year. I don't think we'll have him all the way to Survivor Series, but we might get him all the way to SummerSlam. Because supposedly Roman's out after SummerSlam and going to Hollywood. So we'll see. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yes, sir. Hitting the custom emojis. Try to get to a decent spot real quick. We're in Grandmaster. Love the Rose. So that's a Mind Game fragrance for those of you who didn't know. Danielle, good to see you. Victory Elixir is fan-damn-tastic. I haven't tried Blue Moon. I haven't tried it from Killian, so I can't weigh in. I was watching a hockey game, but we'll watch the rerun of the game. Love my fragrance family more. We love you right back, Joel. I appreciate you. Bowl of Parfum, first wearing, loving it. I have Vanilla Oud, Primera Perfumes, Manhattan, DS and Durga, Leather Eyes. Ooh, I'd like to try that one. Coming in Monday. I hope you enjoy Vanilla Oud. Le Bowl of Parfum is my favorite Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance. Royal Bourbon's nice. So I haven't even looked at the notes. They just offered that one up to me like 3 months ago. I've had it sitting here now. Since I got Blockade 2 months ago, something like that, it came in the same package as Mind Game's Blockade. I just hadn't gotten around to it. So I would assume it's a boozy fragrance with a name like Royal Bourbon, right? Could be something like Bourbon Vanilla. Who knows? I don't know the notes on it. I've never looked at the notes, so I'm curious. The bottle looks cool. When I was making the thumbnail, I saw the bottle. Never tried it. I haven't tried it yet. There would be a video, sir. If I would have tried it, there would be a video on this channel. I'm not going to pay $180 for 60 ml. I don't care if I review fragrances. I'm waiting till it's worth it more to me. $180 for 60 ml for a Y flanker, I think is overpriced. So I must wait a little bit till I can get it for a little bit less. That's one that I don't think, even no matter how good it smells, I just can't justify $180 for a Y flanker. I got to get under $150 for me to buy it. It's got to get under $150. So I'm gonna wait a little while. Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. I can't wait to spray it out the shower. I sprayed it when I was filming the weekly rotation. I need to edit. So I'm going to have a late night since I'm doing this late stream. That's going to go at least an hour, probably hour and a half. Then I have to edit, render, upload, all that good stuff. So I'm going to have a busy content-filled night. Self-inflicted, but hey, I love doing it. So here we are. Let them know. So I'm going to scroll down. Good to see you, Dilly. Looking to grab summer niche for the birthday coming up. No suggestions at the moment, my man. I can't weigh in right now because I need to dive into this topic. So, Rosa, I don't know what you're talking. You must be asking. Oh, you're talking about Citrine. Yeah, it'll be back next year. I don't know if he'll be able to restock it for the summer. He might, but it'll definitely be back next year if not. Put your email on your YouTube. I'll contact you after the stream. Talking to me? We're talking to somebody else. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to get to the bottom. Michael Malone, absolute for Christian with the 199 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Oh, okay. So you're talking to Selly. Okay, that makes sense now. Mr. M.A. Styles, package arrived today and smells great. Thank you. Glad it made it to you safe. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the super chat. Sippy Braves, good deal. Yeah, for sure. Your own parfum, you smell great. Yeah, it's a beast. It's definitely strong. So we finally made it to the bottom, so I can go ahead and get on it. Ash shit on. I saw he made a video. I saw his thumbnail for it. I didn't watch the video, but I saw his thumbnail because I don't want to be influenced. I don't want to know what anybody thinks. Shit on YSL Elixir the other day. Said it basically a simple flanker and not great performance. That's disappointing to hear. I'm gonna be my own judge. I'm gonna get it because I have all of them. I have every single one. I don't have a bottle of the new formula, the EDT, but I got a decant. I was like, I don't need it because I have 2 bottles of the first formula. But I'm going to get it, but I don't want to spend $180 on the 60. I'm still going to get it Because even though he doesn't like it, I may like it. I didn't like the EDP Intense at first. Well, not that I didn't like it. I thought it was underwhelming, and it grew on me. I quite like it now. So I'm going to be my own judge, but everybody's going to feel different, right? So I don't want to be influenced. Don't tell me anything further about what he said. That'll influence what I'm going to think going into it. I appreciate that, my man. If you're going to be here a while, hold your question. Seriously, Dilly, if you're going to be here a while, and I want to answer it for you later. I'm running so much later. We're 16 minutes in. I got to dive into this, my man. So I'm going to go with this one first. State of Mind, Sense of Humor. I've never sampled the brand before, and the bottle looks pretty cool. And when I looked at the notes, it compelled me to pick this one, even though I don't remember them. I believe somebody said pomegranate fragrance earlier. Maybe that's why I picked it. I was like, ooh, that's different. I'm assuming that might have been where my head was at the time. I don't remember the notes, but screw it. We're going to check it out. Let's look at the box. My first time getting a fragrance from the brand. There's a little plate on the front, says the name of the fragrance. By Catherine Valentina. Okay. Parfum de, what's it? Parfum de l'Esprit. Is that supposed to be like an extrait? I don't know. Made in France. French address. Didn't see that coming. So there's a cylinder inside the box. But then has the bottle. That's unnecessary. Ooh, cap is heavy. Oh, damn. It's actually got a cutout that fits. It's holding well into. Oh, okay, then. That shit's not playing around. This bottle's, I actually like the bottle, though. Triangular style to it, translucent green. The cap is heavy. The cap is very heavy. Look at that. Take this autofocus off. Not quite Medusa. It's not snakes in her hair, but the cap is it's magnetic. It's just such a heavy cap. Oh, it actually holds. I'll be damned. It holds. Surprisingly, it holds. So I'm going to be using this arm, so I might as well roll both sleeves up. Screw it. Put the ink on display while we're at it, because I'm not spraying on that arm. We're going on the hand. Let's see what we're working with here. Ooh, good atomizer. Ooh. Juicy, citric, a little tart. Green. I mean, that would make sense with the bottle freaking looking like a green Jolly Rancher, right? Has a little bit of zest. It's got a petitgrain and neroli kind of smell to it. Almost like kind of reminds me of like if Creed Original Vetiver had more depth. It's kind of like got that kind of green going on. Like the vetiver neroli thing. Like there might even be petitgrain. It's so fresh and green. That's why I'm thinking petitgrain. Kind of smells like it would be almost like a lime smell, some other juicy fruit, which I'm guessing might be the pomegranate. There's this light spice that gives it some zest. Could be a green spice. This is freaking great. This is such a springtime fragrance. This might be why I picked it out. I don't remember the notes, but I'm about to look at it and be like, okay, that makes sense. Because this is invigorating. This is uplifting. It falls in the family of things like Torino 21, Aqua Celestia Forte, Creed Original Vetiver, Mugler Cologne. Like it falls into that kind of family of fresh green. That's my takeaway here. But this might be the best of the bunch because I feel like there's some pretty good depth going on here. It's not crazy expensive for a smaller bottle, but let's look at so they have it's an eau de parfum is what the concentration. So they got a lot of options here. This is the 100 ml. It's on the pricey side. I mean, it's luxury niche. We got a 20% off code in the description if you're interested, but you can get a sample for $5.50, a 20 ml travel spray, and a double pack of 20 mLs. Well, okay then. So Yunnan green tea and apricot. That's the fruitiness. Ambroxan, jasmine, osmanthus, patchouli, and oak moss. So this green tea and this oak moss is giving it this super fresh green, slightly. The oak moss is clearly with the spices, where the spice is coming from. But so there's my fruitiness. And then I've got some serious green action here. And this brightness has got to be the ambroxan that's really making this thing push. This smells awesome. This is worth a sample. Totally high price for what it is. I got to be real with you here. It's on the higher end. I wouldn't necessarily be interested in paying $285, even with 20% off. You're looking at $56 off. So you'd still be paying over $200 for 100 ml. That's not as bad though. Right over $200 makes more sense because I put this in the similar family of Creed Original Vetiver, of Aqua Celestia Forte, of Torino 21. It's on par, even with Ambroxan, it's on par with the quality of those. Pretty stout up front, and the heft of the green accords don't allow this apricot to come across like feminine fruity. You know how apricot can get used a lot in women's fragrances? There's nothing feminine leaning about this fragrance at all. What's the weather like tomorrow? Because it was raining and cold today. Give me 65 or better. Come on. I kind of want to wear this. Give me 65 degrees, but 58. Ooh, later in the week, though, 67, 69, and 70. So second half of the week coming, I'm going to get some nice fresh green fragrance kind of weather. That's when Neo can finally get in the rotation. This can get in the rotation. Okay, so later in the week. Because while it's still colder, I want to wear the spicier, heavier fragrances. But this is great. This is 8.5 out of 10 great. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. State of mind, sense of humor. I don't find anything funny about it, but it is very invigorating. I think that's a great descriptor for this. It's so vibrant and bright, like a bright green bottle like this. This is the color of the aroma. It's a bright green fragrance. And for it being a tea note and an oak moss note being the only green facets, you would think it wouldn't be as bright as it is, but that ambroxan is making this thing sparkle. Sparkle's a good word for this too. It's got this effervescence to it. It's got that sparkle, a little twinkle to the scent profile. It's good. It's really good. It's damn good. No two ways about it. I like it a lot. Definitely worth a sample. Must home? No, you probably have stuff in a similar style. Like I said, falls in the family of Original Vetiver, Aqua Celestia Forte, Torino 21. While not smelling exactly like any of those, they all kind of fall in the same family. I think you would wear them all in similar situations, same seasons and all that stuff. Great company to keep, though. It's all phenomenal fragrances. State of mind, sense of humor. It's a damn banger. Fresh green banger. A little overcomplicated with the packaging, though. I think it's a little excessive, honestly. But hey, trying to be different. Gotta give a little bit of respect for that, huh? Put that right there. It's pretty damn good. Let me get caught up on the chat real quick, and then we'll get back into another fragrance. So I appreciate everybody being here. Make sure to hit that like button for those of you just getting here. I see we got about 121 people currently. And 58 likes, guys. We're better than that. We are better than that. We got less than half the likes to viewers. I believe in you guys. I believe in you. So let's see. Where was I? Are you asking me? No, my mother visited when we first moved here because we live at the beach. Everybody wants to visit. No. Ryan, come on, man. I'm 39. You think, what? You're better than that, Ryan. I'm assuming you were talking to me. Come on, man. Get me back into WWE. Hey, man, it's an exciting time. For a wrestling fan, anyways, if you're into wrestling, yeah, absolutely. Milano Privé, should I let it mature? I mean, right out the box, it performed well for me. That is your prerogative, sir. Performed well for me. Appreciate that, Dilly. Last day at work, Spectra Gun. Spectre Ghost, I'm assuming you meant. Usually they get better with time. Yeah, they typically do. Phantom Parfum. I don't wear wine anymore. Rock Latafa Chic Al Shayouk. Final edition. Fantastic. Deep percent for 20-ish bucks. Noted. No, you didn't. Oh, okay. So that's where the confusion was. Yeah, because this definitely isn't pomegranate. Boz Cobra has arrived. Good to see you, Boz. Oh, you know I'm going to be here. Well, yeah, just remind me later then. So, because I want to spend some time. I want to answer the question, and you know me. I'm going to go off on a tangent. It's going to take up 5 or so minutes, and then way behind in the comments. Coral Fantasy's late. I'm sorry to hear that, Boz. Anyone still wearing Cidrapoise? Man, I hope Mancera will bring out another fragrance soon. Oh, trust me, they will. They're constantly releasing stuff. Most definitely unnecessary. So you've tried this one then? Yeah, it's not a must. It smells great though. Gotta say, it's worth a sample. Yeah, I like the bottle too. Lovely green, impressive looking bottle. Ooh, sweetie oud. This might sound weird because it's a guy saying it to a guy, but the fragrance smells delicious is what I mean, but you're smelling delicious, sir. The fragrance. Made it awkward, right? Come on, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Let them know, Dakota. BK, how are you? Triumph of Bacchus. Great choice. Lay on the Cap makes me think of Starbucks. That's a good analogy. I like that. Kind of does. Kind of does. I'm with you on that. Yeah, there you go. Starbucks paid for this video. Sure. If only. Unopened myself, who had something interested in trade. Well, there you go. Anybody that wants 100 ml YSL myself. You could definitely go on Rouge here, but if it is a great fresh fragrance, if this thing performs, it's got some noticeable ambroxan. This thing performs. If it gives me Oolong Cha type of performance, which is pretty well above average, not a beast, but a lot for a fresh fragrance. If I get something like that, 8, 9, 10 hours longevity, and it's stout for an hour and a half, 2 hours, warranted, right? Because that's people's gripes with niche freshies is they have to last for the money. If I get that kind of performance out of it, I think for right over $200, it's justified then, because then it falls into those categories of, because there's a lot of niche fresh fragrances that people very much enjoy. They're even more expensive than that don't last. So it all depends, right? It's pumping off my hand right now. It's definitely the ambroxan. Antoine, good to see you. I am doing very well today, sir. Testing Naxos and Dior Parfum, very soft projecting, which I did not expect. I'm not expecting that either. My 75 ml is an absolute monster. Got a fresh liter of water with grape Kool-Aid additive, sugar-free, of course. Because there's nothing more boring in the world to ingest and take into your body than water. So let's add some sugar-free chemicals to give it some flavor, right? Let's make something healthy less healthy. I got to have some flavor. I just can't sit here and drink 4, 5, 6 liters of plain water every day. I got to have some flavor. It was raining like crazy today. Scent of the day is Instant Crush. Kathy, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. You smell fantastic. Beautiful jasmine, amberwood, burnt sugar smell. It's a great fragrance. Definitely leans feminine. It's on the right person. I enjoy it. I haven't worn it in a while. And it's really, really strong stuff. Ooh, Wanted by Night. Oh, yeah. I've gotten a few of them. So this is it's a rose that goes into a lion's head. For me to have it straight, I got to turn my hand the right way. Because if I do this, it twists. I got the logo on my hand. Me and the wife got matching tattoos on the wrist. Got my wife's nickname. I got the Florida Lee right here. Got a Body Elite tattoo right there, which was my first job, first gym. That's very special to me. And that's there for the motivation for the contests I'm doing. All the good stuff. Haven't seen in a little while. So since you're asking, I might as well point out all of the new ones. And probably next week, I have something I'm doing right here, and I'll be done with the arm. Poor Neo can't get in the game, right? It's not the one. Apparently, it's not the one. Jumped in just in time to see State of Mind. I really hope you get more from the house. Well, I'm totally interested in checking out more because this fresh green fragrance is fantastic. It's such a weird combination of fruity, very fresh and green, a little spicy, and very bright, sparkly. Like I was saying earlier, it's got a sparkle to it. This ambroxan's really helping it pump. It's not overtaking the fragrance. Like it's not an Ambroxan bomb, but you can tell it's present and it's really helping lift all of the other accords. It's doing what Ambroxan should do, what most people would want it to do, where it's not all you smell, but it's doing its thing to lift the scent profile, you know? It's really working here. Well, I don't have a singular favorite fragrance. Off the top of my head, something like 1 Million Parfum comes to mind immediately. Really? Typically, you should get them on a regular basis. They put ads on Livestream. They've been doing it for a long time. Long time now. Let me scroll down. Right? That's what I meant. They come visit. They came visit this week. Okay, because you like they still live with you, I think is what you said. I'm like, what? No, I'm 39 years old. My parents don't live with me. That's why I was like, come on, man. Seriously? No, they haven't been. My stepdad, it was his birthday yesterday, actually. They're in Biloxi right now. We're Gulfport. They're in Gulfport, staying at the casinos, blowing some money. And so they're a few hours away, but they're not making their way over here. The last time they came visit, October? It was October. It was the last time. I was down for Christmas. I was down in January. So, I mean, we go over there more than they've come here. But trust me, after spring break, that extra bedroom is going to be getting put to use. 155, any discounts? I love Dragon Ball. Very much so. You can't see them, but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's right there. Super Saiyan 2 Goku's right there. Super Saiyan Blue, smaller Goku is right next to him. What else do I have up there? I'm trying to remember. I got a few statues. Yeah, I'm a big Dragon Ball universe guy. I don't read the mangas, but I love the shows and the movies, and I've got DVDs galore. Make it make sense with bottles and beer. $5 super chat wearing Noble 1942 Fougère. Noble, excellent choice. That's a great brand. I've got some bangers from them. Noble's a great house. I agree. Celerio and Camera both smell very similar. Okay, I'm not familiar. So we need to jump into the next one. John, good to see you. Luciano Sunset Swim as my after shower scent. So guys, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and I'm going to dive into the next one. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I still haven't tried it yet. Mom misunderstood me because I thought he wasn't going live. Okay, I'm not sure. That's about. Had my own fragrance haul today. Lalique Pour Homme EDP. The Lions had one. Okay, I haven't tried that one. Alfred Sung Pour Homme and Davidoff Xenos, two classics right there. I have the Horsehead one, which I wore yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It's really good. Really good. Bright and spicy, peppered. Has staying power. Okay. So last night I fired up, what did I play? Modern Warfare 3 and was having some bandwidth problems. So I ended up turning it off in the first game and just played Shredder's Revenge, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I played through the story a little bit for about an hour, played a few stages and some side stuff, some bonus stages, and then shut it down. It was right before bed. Glad y'all remember me. Oh yeah, as long as you don't change that avatar, it'll be easy to remember you, my man. I don't know. I'd have to have Chris Masters put me in the master lock to see. So after this super chat, I see we got Drew in the house. After this super chat, it actually made it to you. Okay, thank God, because I wasn't buying a third bottle. For those of you who didn't know, he won one of the member giveaways from a month before, and it got lost in the show delivered, but there was some construction by the mailboxes at his apartment complex. It disappeared, so I bought another bottle, gave it another shot, and apparently he got it. So I'm glad you got it, Drew. 49 super chat. Just bought gin tonic. Ooh, second bottle of Neo today, in for a fresh summer. Hell yeah, you're doing really well with those. So only had 3 hours of sleep coming home from Shreveport. It's all good, my man. Just take it lightheartedly with me being like, come on, man, you're better than this. Just giving you a hard time. That's all. All love. All love. Shreveport, then I had to pick up a dead body at 1 a.m. Way to be very vague. I do removal inside. Way to be very vague about that. So no worries, my man. All right, let's dive into Plume Impression Royal Bourbon. I have high hopes. I have a feeling I'm going to be like, damn, I should have opened this sooner. That's what I think is going to end up happening here. That's what I'm hoping. It's a gut feeling. We'll see. Plastic does not want to tear at the glued seams. All right, let's see what we're working with here. Nice presentation. The bottle is indeed quite nice and hefty. Has some weight to it. Let me turn this autofocus off. Plume Impression Royal Bourbon. Printed and raised. We have this feather. Sticker on the bottom. Is it an extrait? Scent story. It's an eau de parfum. See if the cap holds. It does indeed. Doesn't click, but it holds. Pretty hefty metal. See what we're working with on top of the wrist. Ooh, beautiful atomizer. Pressurized. It's a little fruity and boozy. Come on back to me, focus. Oh, I need to turn autofocus back on. It's my bad. Fruity, boozy, spicy, and I could be wrong here, but smells like tobacco. Smells like a little bit of tobacco. Spicy to boozy tobacco with some sweetness. That's what it smells like. Am I right? I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit. Quality stuff, though. It smells like a cigar. Like a moist cigar. What kind of booze is this, though? I want to say it's cognac. I want to say cognac because of the sweetness. It could be rum and a sweet note, but I want to say it's cognac and like cigar tobacco. This is nice. It's smooth too, man. Smooth stuff. Let's check out these notes. Good Lord. Ah, must be available on a different site. I thought it was so avant-garde. I guess I'll just go to their website. Plume Impression from Scent Story, Royal Bourbon. Delicious boozy blend of dark rum, so it is rum, with exotic spices, light hints of leather and tobacco, definitely clear as day tobacco, to create an opulent, luxurious feel, perfectly combined with the sweetness of caramel and vanilla. This scent takes you on an unforgettable, multi-sensorial journey. It is really good. Just going to tell you now, it's probably going to be the highest rated of the three. I guess let's look at inspiration. Okay, I just want to look at the actual note pyramid. Oriental woody, so licorice, cinnamon, ginger, and pepper. Rum, tobacco, leather, caramel, vanilla, benzoin, amber, cedarwood. Whew. It's good stuff. $205 for this 80 ml. So it's on the lower end side of price point as far as versus the fresh fragrance. That's actually not super expensive for what it get. Like this is some good stuff. This is really, really good stuff. Anybody that's tried this, put in the comments what you think about it. I'm curious because this is smooth. This is upper echelon tobacco. I get a little bit of smokiness coming through. Could be the tobacco, could be the leather. But I'm getting a little bit of a smoky accord wanting to come through. Smells like cigar tobacco, like a cigar. That's the kind of tobacco I get. Could be a combination of the leather accord with that. And it's not overly sweet. Like seeing caramel and vanilla, it's not overdone. It's not thick, syrupy sweet because usually a caramel note will just like really enhance the sweetness. I feel like they didn't put a really high percentage of it. I feel like it's just enough to balance it out because the tobacco and the spices is the main stars of what's going on here. Stars of the show, as I like to say. This is fantastic. 9 out of 10 kind of stuff. I don't see how you could rate this one lower unless it's just not your thing. If you like tobacco fragrances, you'll love this one, I think. Could be wrong. Everybody's different, but I think it's great. This goes up there with the pile like Leather Tobacco, Signature Tobacco, Triumph of Bacchus, Intense Red Tobacco. This goes up there in that tier. Yeah, it's damn good. So it's cold tomorrow. I think we got a winner. It's going to be colder tomorrow, so my fresh green fragrances aren't getting pulled out. This is Plume Impression from Scent Story, Royal Bourbon. Not super unique because it's a boozy tobacco scent, but it's a really well done boozy tobacco scent. Really, really well done. It's just a little dry with booziness, with rum and caramel. You would think, how could that be? A little dry, a little bit, touch of smoke, not overly sweet, but noticeably sweet. Very warm and spicy. Banger. 9 out of 10. Damn, so these are both really, really good. State of Mind, Sense of Humor is awesome too. It is. Damn, these are good. I mean, great, phenomenal. They're upper tier. I love getting to smell new stuff, and when it makes me excited, gets me excited about scent profile. I love that. I live for this. I live for this kind of stuff, to just get joy out of a scent. Love it. Elysium, smash that like button. Let them know. Supreme L'Homme Extreme today for $27. Really good stuff. How are you? Welcome. It's a master knife. So this is, I've been asked about this before. This is a Milwaukee Fastback. This used to be my daily carry when I was in the chemical plants. This used to be my main knife that I kept on me. And I have a variety of tape measures depending on because I was material coordinator for a lot of jobs, both in the office and out in the yard. I was constantly having to measure pipe and all these different things and get orders in, because I was doing the purchasing side, as well as had actually my stepdad worked for me at one point. Not a lot of you have heard this side, because this was before I was in the car business, but that's where this knife comes from. This knife has history. This is one of my favorite knives. So I had a multitude of different tape measures and everything. So depending on what the tasks of the day was, I had a different tape measure, but this was always the knife that I had on me. I haven't tried Paris Corner's version. Randy, Fragrance Dude, seems to like it quite a bit, though. See, ooh, this looks promisingly good. Bottle looks almost kind of. I was thinking that too, with the shape, with the base and everything. It's more rounded and it's smaller. It's an 80 ml, but I totally agree. I kind of get that from it too. Tutti Frutti. This is way better than Jazz Club. Way better than Jazz Club. Deeper, richer, earthier. The tobacco is much more prominent. Sounds intriguing so far. I think it's damn good. I haven't tried it, Kevin. I haven't tried it. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. Silver Scent Intense. I'm not familiar with that one. Good to see you, though. Brandon is the new Volcanus. I like it. Need a good fragrance to wear always when I go to the morgue. Any suggestions? Tom Ford's Noir Eau de Parfum. Nice and gothic and muggy, foggy, dark iris scent. Tom Ford's Noir, the black bottle. Is that a zombie emoji? Oh my God, that's a zombie emoji. They have a leather fragrance that's amazing. I'd love to try it. Like, I want to explore more from these two houses because they're quite good. They're quite good. I might have to get some samples or discovery sets and try a few different things, because these two are very impressive. Good introductions to the brand for me. Is now part of the court. There we go. A lot of people have been talking about that. Apparently, Ralph's Club EDP, get to Walgreens. I don't have a lot of experience with Joe Malone stuff. Wearing Private Accord, just got Armani Code Parfum, and it seems way more musky on my skin than I was expecting, which is a nice surprise. I'm kind of surprised to hear that too. It must be a skin chemistry thing, because I definitely get a lot of the iris. Yeah, this isn't for everyone unless you have to like tobacco. It kind of reminds, you know how people will say cigar lounge, kind of that feel, because it is a little not overly smoky, but it's a little dry and smoky. It started off very moist, I guess, because of the heavy dose of rum at the top. But as the rum calms down a little bit, the tobacco really takes the forefront, and probably that leather accord is really working with it, because it's not like, it doesn't come across as too rough of a leather accord. It is coming in more, but I think it's contributing to drying out the aroma just a little bit. And I think what's stopping it from being too dry is that caramel oil that they used. I think that's really its main role here, is to not let it get too dry of a fragrance, because that amber accord's not going to stop it from that. And the booze, it'll just fade. It's starting to fade already. It's still there, but it's not overdone. Like at the top, it was a heavy dose of the booze. And this is damn good, though. Damn good. Beautiful scent, exhilarating. Favorite from line. Which one? Which one? I have those knives at work. Anyone need an ankle grinder? There you go. A lot of really good ones. Vast choices. The beat. Thinking of trading my YSL myself and trade it for one of them, but I need to test many. Okay, so that's a different conversation. Good to see you, Sir Siage. Expect a live at this time. Well, typically I don't. I was in the mood to do it. The Bedtime Destroyer reviews. I appreciate that. So update for you. Me and Justin talked yesterday. Based on the timeline with everything, it's going to be first week of March. He just got his decants in. Mine came in 2 days ago. We might be able to do late next week, but he said let's kind of eye it for beginning of March, first week. So it's either going to be late next week or probably middle Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. But yeah, because we gotta send the decants out. We're gonna do 5 on my channel, 5 on his channel. So I'm gonna send him 10. He's gonna send me 10, and we're gonna split them up. We're gonna do a live stream here and a live stream there. I mean, niche ones. If you're trying to get cheaper, no, not really. I mean, because a lot of people will recommend the Latafa ones, like Tobacco Touch or Toscano leathers, like any of those. But I don't really have those, because I'm going to say things like Bliss from why am I drawing a blank? Parody Descends, Bacio Immortel, as far as Tuscan leather is concerned, which I like more than Tuscan leather from Argos. Like I got some niche ones that I really enjoy. There you go. Versace La Yukawam. That had a ton of hype for several years. Nautical Voyage. Easy. Drop a like, watch replay. Send a day with Second Soul to no one's surprise. Indeed. Indeed. So we've made it close to the bottom here. So I'm going to hang tight, and we're going to get into this Christian Siriano fragrance, Rouge Exclusif, which is a designer clone, basically, of Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait, because the previous version was a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum. So let's see, because they did a really good job with it. They did. Let's see if they did a good job here. I wonder if it comes with the lip gloss like the first one did. My wife's like, that's a women's fragrance? I was like, Baccarat Rouge 540 is a women's fragrance. Yeah, of course, all the clones are too. I said, but I just happen to like Baccarat Rouge 540. Yep. Boom. There you go. That'll make the wife happy. Even though she really doesn't wear lip gloss all that much. She's more of a lipstick gal. Same bottle as last time, but darker. It says Rouge in the glass, which I don't recall it doing last time. And I believe it says Exclusif somewhere on it. Yep. It says Exclusif right there. There you go. Exclusif. So let's see what we're working with here. Bottom of the wrist. Paintbrush it. Smells like Baccarat Rouge, but I don't know if I would say exactly the extrait. The extrait's like really dense, heavy and sweet, a little nutty, because they have that almond note. Oh, okay, yeah. Very nutty. All right. Up close for sure, it's the X-Straight. Rich, thick fragrance. Has a little bit of a musk tone to it, like a darker musk. Could be just the way it's working with my skin chemistry, but has a darker musk to it. Oh, and then I got that smoky tobacco up here. Oh, man. Oh, this arm smells amazing. All three of these are good. It's not the best Baccarat Rouge 5 clone I've smelled, or best meaning favorite. It's not my favorite. It's not a bad one. I would say Red Sapphire from Sammy Andrus is better. It's a little bit more airy. This is a little darker than I anticipated, which is kind of a twist. It's kind of a twist. It's a little darker than BR540 X-Straight. It's really good, though. I wonder if the wife's going to like this. It's actually got, honestly, a little bit of a masculine tone to it with this like darker, slightly earthy feel to it. Wasn't expecting that at all. Still has the burnt sugar smell. Hefty dose of almond here and like a dark wood musk kind of thing going on. Let's see what we're working with as far as notes. Cassis. Oh, really? So it's got a nice black currant. So cassis is the leaf of the black currant plant, like where the black currant grows, the leaves to it. Plant, fruit, whatever you want to say, but the leaves that grow off of it, that's cassis. So that explains this darker hue to it. Tegetz. Okay. Bergamot fir balsam, saffron, sheer jasmine, boya wood oud. There's the dark wood that I'm getting. It's got a freaking oud note. Boya wood oud, amberwood, moss, praline, sandalwood, musk. So it is oud and musk that I'm getting. I'll be damned. It's a more masculine, I think slightly more masculine take on Baccarat Rouge 540 X-Straight. It's still not the most manly of smells. It still smells like BR540, but there's darker elements to this. It's not just bright and sweet. It's those things, but it's a heavy, darker, thick fragrance. I pretty much really enjoy this. Like, I'm kind of thrown for a loop here. I don't really know what to think because it's not what I expected. It's on the pricey side for what it is. Eventually, it'll get cheaper. Low rated in the 3 ratings. Let's read their reviews. Not good. Does not smell anything like the fragrance notes. Disagree. It says it should smell like it actually smells like mothballs. What? This person gets mothballs? Giovanna, you get mothballs from this? Come on, meow. Did you just want to troll them on the site? Because I get no mothballs. I get plenty of this combo, this, and I get pretty much all of this. The base, the woody nuance, the darkness, the sweetness, the musk. I get all of that. Okay, so that's one review. Where's the other ones? So we just have the one. I thought it said 3 reviews. I wanted to read 3 reviews. Come on now. Let me read the 5-star one. Doesn't say anything. All right, so not the most helpful, but mothballs, I can assure you, it does not smell like. Advice, don't rub mothballs on your arm before you spray a fragrance on it because it's going to smell like mothballs. That's my takeaway. Does not smell like mothballs. Maybe they really do smell mothballs, but it's hard to believe when I'm smelling it currently. Nothing that resembles mothballs to me. Sorry to kind of counter what you're saying there, Giovanna, but it feels like you're just making that up because I just don't see how you could get that. Now, if you would have said, oh, all I get is sweet and woods and it's just not what I thought it would be, not that close, but I could get where you're coming from with that. Yeah, for sure. Oh, not really Baccarat Rouge. This is far from it. I would understand reviews like that, you know, because that makes sense to me. But to say it's none of this, I disagree. My opinion, of course. Her opinion is mothballs. Shout out to Giovanna. I hope you guys are having a good laugh. That's the intention of this. I'm just joking around. She might really smell mothballs. Who knows? I sure don't. I don't think you should spend 120 on this. I don't. You can get 20% off. It'll save you 25 bucks. So you get it for 95. Not as bad. Not as bad. 95 is not bad. You might be able to get it cheaper later, though. I don't know how much cheaper. Maybe 30 bucks less, 20, 30 bucks less than that. But I don't feel like it's a must-have. It does smell really good. It's a nice twist. But I don't think it's a must-have. I do think it's an 8 out of 10, though, because I do like the twist. I think it's a great fragrance. It's a nice twist. The darker woody nuances give this a different, slightly more masculine character to Baccarat Rouge 540. I appreciate that. It's marketed for ladies. It's definitely not for Giovanna. She does not like it. I could see other ladies going into this not anticipating these dark woody nuances that give it a masculine lean, maybe being disappointed. So any ladies that happen to see this, test first, sample first some kind of way. Don't blindly buy this one, because take those notes. When you see things like oud, take that to heart in this situation. It definitely has a darker wood smell. It's not funky, a little bit like the musky, like I said, dark wood, funky, musky smell. I get that, but not super funky. More of a musk funk than an oud funk, if that makes sense. It's not some crazy challenging fragrance. It's not a natural oud. I'm confident in that. But it does smell nice. 8 out of 10 is my least favorite of the three, though. It's definitely my least favorite of the three. Just musk and a little woody. Yes, Sir C.I. Sniffington, the Great. Traveling to Belize for vacation. Got French Riviera, but what else do you recommend for the occasion? Anything Aqua de Parma from their Blue Mediterranean line. I would say Fusion d'Issey or Fusion d'Issey Extreme from Issey Miyake. Those are very beachy, coconutty fragrances. Lumari Porthole very much smells like a marina. Kind of gives the feel of that. Very airy, a little tropical citrus, but salty air kind of smell. Salty sea breeze, I guess, would be the better way to put that. If you can get Caracal Bay from Jacques Fath, that's an amazing, amazing tropical fragrance. Pacific Lime from Atelier Cologne, lime coconut, just like it sounds. It's amazing. Rich, thick lime coconut smell without smelling like sunscreen. I could go on and on because that's my jam. When summertime rolls around, I love the tropical fragrances. Just a few to throw out there for you, my man. Talking about Wulong Cha. Okay, that's a great fragrance. Rockin' Unwind. Beautiful scent. Actually comes across very unique. Haven't smelled any other like it. I had a feeling. Joel beat me to it, so he said it way before I did because I'm behind in the comments. But I figured if he didn't say it, he would pop when I did say it because he's a big fan of that one. Okay, now perfect time, Dilly. Looking for a nice summer niche for my birthday coming up a couple weeks. Was thinking something like a Ventus Cologne or Elysium. Honestly, in that situation between those two, I would go a Ventus Cologne. That's actually my favorite Creed fragrance. I've tried about a dozen fragrances from the house so far, and that's my number one. Everything that's good about a Ventus, I think it improves upon with some added spice and freshness, changes the citrus to orange. It's not just a pineapple bomb. I just think it's better. I think it's better. It's a great versatile wear. It still performs just as well as regular Aventus. And I think it's much more wearable in warmer climates. If you don't have all the dark smokiness and everything, I think Aventus Cologne would be a great option. Your head, I like where your head's at here. Indeed, that is the infamous Sir Siage Sniffington. Ombre Leather Parfum, great fragrance. I haven't tried it yet. I have not tried it yet. Now, hey, as long as you have a heads up going into it, you won't go into the mothballs worry, right? It's definitely worth checking out. If you want a darker woody take on BR540 Extrait, that might be one to look into for you then. I don't think my wife's going to want this one for her. I'd be surprised. So I'm probably going to get to hold on to this one, and I'm going to give it a few wears and try it out with the wearing experience. And obviously I'll report back in weekly rotations whenever it does come up, but I kind of like the change because I've got so many things that smell like Baccarat Rouge 540. It's nice that it's a twist and not carbon copy. Yes, exactly. Too pricey. Cody goes against Roman at WrestleMania and The Rock will interfere, but Stone Cold will step in. That's funny. There's a lot of theories right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard the glass break for Stone Cold's music, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I'm not going to rule it out either. Who knows? This story is getting twisted and turned all over the place. So that's been said. So I predicted that months ago that Tony Khan was going to give the blessing for Dustin Rhodes to be there. So picture this. I said this months ago in the Sports Desk Live when me and Dedrick did one of our wrestling podcasts. I said it back in like the fall. That watch, Cody's going to win at Mania. He's crying in the middle of the ring. This tribute to Dusty Rhodes is playing, and then Goldust's music hits. So he can come out and celebrate with his brother, and they have a big old cry, hug, and everything. Because it's going to be a big feel-good moment for one of the most, celebrated family names in wrestling history. And I really believe like that's a real possibility. And recently it's been speculated that he might get the opportunity to do that. So I would love to see that. I'm hoping for that. That's the bookend to the story that I want to see at WrestleMania. So, but who knows, the way this story is getting twisted and turned, like I was saying, nothing's ruled out at this point. Totally disagree. That's just a troll comment. That's not reality. Even if he loses, he's not going to get buried. They've invested way too much into Cody. That's not reality. He's the #1 merch seller. He's the biggest baby face in wrestling. Stop with the troll comment. Let's see. Too pricey, but completely agree. Savage Elixir, Gucci Guilty Elixir, also using a synthetic oud at 180, being very similar to YEDP. I will stick with YEDP from discounters. TV clone. Maybe there's a chance Seth Rollins will turn against Cody. That's a real possibility. Maybe The Rock will be the one that stops all the interference from the bloodline. I love that there's so much speculation that just shows there's so many people invested and interested in this storyline. You have a great one. I hope you have a great night at work, Matt. I don't think it'll be that. I don't think they'll twist the story that way. The Fergus came for a portal, about 20 ml of Argos Porom, bottle of Desir Toxic, Molinard Figue, and Barouge Palador. I've never tried, but Figue, that's a good one. Aquatic, fruity, and figgy. It's like a soapy, fruity fig. It's not woodsy, because some figs come across woodsy. It's only redundant if you have a bunch of stuff that smells like Dylan Blue or smells similar to Dylan Blue. That's where it's redundant. Too similar to some other blues. So that's where it becomes redundant. It just comes down to, do you think you have a bunch of things that smell pretty close to it? If so, then yeah, it's totally redundant. I got tons of redundancy back there. Tons of redundancy along that wall. And there's more fragrances on this shelf right here on the bottom, and I need to get another shelf to go over there next to that wall, and potentially where that is over there on the other side of the door. Yeah. I need more space. I have space. I need more shelving is what it comes down to. It sounds very interesting. Well, I mean, hey, definitely check it out if it piques your interest. Do they have any samples? I don't see any samples. Let's see. They have a discovery set. So it has regular Oula Rouge. It doesn't have the Exclusif. So maybe just do a search online to see if they have some decants, because they don't have an individual one. Yeah, a little bit. That one would be kind of redundant to it. What's going on, Rick? Just bought a couple of bottles of Macy's for $300 with their sale right now. They gave me $40 back, and I use that for the new YSL Elixir. Just a heads up for people that don't want to pay that crazy price. Rick is always on point with the Macy's sales. I got to say, he's always dropping when they're doing the 15% off, friends and families and all this different stuff. So sure appreciate you dropping that for everybody, Rick. Forgot you had that wrench, Joel. It looks nice on you. Oh, so I'm going to ignore whatever he says because I don't want to know. I haven't heard anybody's real opinions on it yet. So, Rick, by all means, if you want to chop it up with people about it, do so. I just know I'm not going to pin those comments because I don't want to know what you think because I want to go into it blind. Dylan Blue's worth a cheap price point. First live I caught. Might be the end of the live, but I'm here. Sin of the day, probably in roasted carbon. We'll hang out for a few more minutes. I mean, we got 123 people late on a Saturday, late enough on a Saturday. So I appreciate you guys being here. And make sure to hit that like button for those of you that haven't yet. We covered the 3 fragrances. I got to say, this was very pleasant. State of mind, sense of humor, beautiful, very, very green. Ambroxan, oak moss, tea, and apricot. Clear as day. Oh, it's still so good. I can't wait. So second half of the week is going to warm up for some nice springtime weather. This and Neo are going to make their way in. And then Plume Impression Royal Bourbon. This is one of the best tobacco scents I've ever smelled. Like I said before, it's up there in that little pile of signature tobacco, leather tobacco, Triumph of Bacchus, intense red tobacco. Like that's my pile of favorite tobacco fragrances. This goes up there with that pile. This goes in that upper tier for me in my collection as far as tobaccos. The booze hasn't completely subsided. It's still quite spicy. The smoky nuance has come out more. The leather accord's coming out more. It's drying up a bit. The caramel is not overtaking this fragrance at all. I absolutely adore this. 9 out of 10, highest rated of the 3. And then this continues to surprise me to have the dark woody nuance with BR540 extrait, this oud note. It's surprising. I love the twist. Least favorite of the 3, but still really good for what it is. Ooh. Yeah, that gets kind of ridiculous because Aqua Atlantique smells like Aqua Poron plus Dylan Blue. So, yeah, there'd be some redundancy there for you, my man. Okay, I can pin that one. Price is a joke. Yeah, look, man, $180 for a 60 ml Y flanker. Man, if that ain't pushing it, I don't know what is. Like I was telling them earlier, Rick, you probably didn't hear me if you're just getting here. It's got to get under $150 for me to give it a shot. I want to get it. I have all the rest of them. I'm going to get it. I'm steadily buying all of them. But 180 for a 60 ml is for an Yves Saint Laurent mid-level designer. It's not a private line fragrance or anything like a small bottle of a private line. That's too much. And everybody thought 155 for 60 ml Sauvage Elixir 2 years ago was crazy. Look at this. I mean, come on, man. Even if it's like the best elixir of the bunch, which so far I'm hearing it's not, even if it was the best elixir flanker, it's still a mid-level designer. I don't want to pay niche prices for a mid 60 ml of a mid-level designer fragrance. That's just overcooking it to me. Ooh, absolutely I can. So it's hard to narrow it down to just 3, but John Barbados Artisan Blue is a longtime favorite of mine. It's very affordable too. Green is green gets, even though it's called blue and the color of the bottle is blue, it's very, very green and fresh. As well as... because there's so many options here. I would say something like Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat, because, yeah, it works fine in the summer, but the slight smoky nuance and the pink pepper accord really give it some added depth and density that make it work a little bit better in the spring, I find. So Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat, I think, goes up there pretty high for me. As well as 1 Million Parfum. I love the Tuberose, even though it gives a bit of a beachy, sunscreeny kind of feel. The heft of the performance and the sweetness and everything, it really lends itself to have enough freshness and interest from me, basically, with the way the scent develops, to where I think it's better than just for the summer. Even though not everybody likes that for the summer, I've worn it in the summer and loved it. I think it's even better for the spring. So 1 Million Parfum is another one I would say. So let me skip ahead a little bit. I literally put out a top 15 today. Yeah. for all budgets. So there's cheapies in there. There's mid-level designers. There's lower price niche. There's Mind Games Viri and Mason Francis Kirkjohn Opus Fortes in there. So some higher priced fresh greens, which Mind Games Viri. Sample that, guys, next time you're trying some Mind Game stuff. I wore it on Monday. It's in the weekly rotation. It's right here. It's so good. But yeah, I actually put out a video on that today. I forgot what time they're starting it. So yeah, Jason and Hidden Gems are doing an IG live for those of you that are curious. Waiting for an elixir. There you go. Good to see you, John. Maybe worth the wait. Oh yeah, I love Zero. Zero's my favorite rapper. My favorite H-Town rapper, hands down. Yeah, for me too. Absolutely, man. I'm a Slim Thug Zero guy. That's my two. Still love Paul Wall. Still love Paul Wall. That's my guys. That's who I jam the most out of Houston. I'm still stuck in early 2000s Houston rap, man. Don't get me wrong. I listen to all their new stuff. Every time Slim Thug drops a new album or some new tracks, I'm on it. Same thing with Zero. But Zero, Rotha Vandross, Muhammad Ali, that's my guy. That is my guy. I love Zero. My favorite rapper. I'm a big BG guy too. I'm glad he's out of jail dropping music. Love BG. Like I still have ties to all the New Orleans locals and stuff. Like I still love Lil Wayne, but Zero is my number one, my man. Pepper Incense. I didn't appreciate it until I wore it more. That makes sense. Eventually, yeah, Blue Talisman. I definitely want to get it. I'm not in a big old rush, but when it becomes more readily available. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Scent Dragon, good to see you, sir. Is excellent. I only have a sample full bottles on my wish list. It is fantastic. So it has dried into a nice dry, smoky tobacco with a light leather accord. The booze hasn't subsided yet. The caramel vanilla not overtaken, and it's not super sweet. If anything, the sweetness is toned down a bit. It was the one I gave the highest first impressions rating. I gave this one a 9. Very much enjoy this one. It's the best of the bunch here. Now, this is really good too. I gave it an 8.5. This is apricot tea, a specific tea note, oak moss and ambroxan. It is amazing. This is such a great green fragrance. I can't wait. I can't wait for it to warm up enough to wear this. This is awesome. Falls into the family of fragrances like Creed Original Vetiver, Aqua Celestia Forte, Torino 21, fragrances like that. That style, not necessarily the same scent, but those types of green fragrances. Yeah, for sure. Testing Naxos and had this sweet, sticky-like accord in the opening that reminds me of YSL Tuxedo Cologne I once smelled. Any idea what that note is? Probably the honey. I believe it's got a honey accord in it. Probably that. Sweet and sticky. Honey. Indeed, that is what I label myself, fragrance enthusiast. Well, there you go. There you go. They got to throw in something for that price. Jesus Christ. Gabe, good to see you, my man. All proud of you and your journey, sir. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Shout outs from Port Arthur, Texas. For those of you who didn't know what PATX was, shout outs to PA, home of UGK. Speaking of Houston rap. And my curiosity peeking about the new scents. Sculpture Pour Homme. Great fragrance if you love orange blossom. Love knowledge with the fellas and your interactions. I mean, French Riviera is like the ultimate cruise fragrance to me. Mancera French Riviera, that screams it. Coco Loco would work well too, but French Riviera is the first thing that comes to mind. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Yeah, shout outs to Zero. I mean, yeah, if you could get business over pleasure, that would definitely work too. Just ordered Aventus Cologne, Viking Cologne, Original Santal, Elysium, and Vanilla Oud decants. I'm kind of scared my collection might get expensive. See, the problem is you just ordered a bunch of good stuff. And I would say at least 70% of that. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say at least 60% of that you're going to want. You might end up wanting all of them. They're all really good. Original Santal has a special place in my heart, but Vanilla Oud's the most wow factor of the bunch, I think. It's going to be the most different. Aventus Cologne, I can't imagine you not wanting a bottle of that, though. I think if you're going to get one bottle, I think that's going to be the bottle you want. That's what I'm thinking is going to end up happening, Cody. You're going to end up wanting Aventus Cologne. And it's the most expensive of the bunch. from discounters. 50 ml will run you what 100 ml of Elysium and Vanilla Oud will run you. Vanilla Oud, you can get the cheapest of the bunch, honestly. Ooh, I would say Summer Days is number one. 2021 would be number two for me. And Reflections, the newest one, the last one, would be number three for me. Summer Days was the best one to me. 2014 was really good, though. It's kind of like an improvement on St. Bart's. 2014, honorable mention. Yeah, I like my CK1 Summer Flankers. When summer rolls around, those beach days, spray the shit out of it for the little bit of time to be at the beach before I get in the water. Because, yes, I wear fragrances to the beach before I get in the damn Gulf of Mexico. I wear a fragrance for everything except for the gym. I've gotten to where I don't wear anything to the gym. That's when I give myself a break. I've gotten away from wearing stuff to the gym. I'm going to circle back to that eventually, but I wear something to the beach. Jealous. I'd love to see Paul in concert. I would love to. I'd love to hang with Paul. I think we'd get along great. Tea fragrances are trending. Not surprised. I have been seeing more and more tea fragrances coming out. Another great tea fragrance, Oolong Cha, like we mentioned earlier from Nishane. So we're hour 16. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, and then we'll shut it down in a little bit. There you go. Back at it again, always grind. That's what I do, my man. So I film the weekly rotation. I still have to edit, render, and upload the damn thing and do all the links and everything for the description and tags and all that good stuff. Make the thumbnail. I still got a lot to do. It's 9 o'clock where I'm at. I probably shouldn't still be live, but we'll hang out for a few more minutes because I got like 2.5 hours of work to do. Plus, I got a shower. I still got two meals to eat. Oh, shit, yeah, I need to close this live stream. I forgot about it. I got to eat 2 more meals. Yes, sir. Ooh, that's tough. There's a bunch of good ones. It's really hard. I'm going to stick with just what I like to wear the most, even though it's not direct. It's a twist. Club Nuit Intense Man, limited edition Parfum. Still my favorite of the bunch. Ooh, Le Male, Victory, Boss Bottle, Boss Descent. Boss Descent's a 2024 release. Boss Descent Elixir. That came out in January. And Gucci Guilty Elixir I haven't tried, but I think it would be Le Male Elixir. Boss Bottle Elixir is great. Victory Elixir is great. They're great. But I got to go with Le Male Elixir. I think if I had to pick one out of that bunch, because Boss Descent Elixir doesn't count, because I would pick that one. For the scent alone, I would pick that one. I would say Le Male Elixir, personally. Hey, man, let me know it, but screw it. Don't hide it from me. Like normally I would say don't let me know because I don't want to be influenced, but whatever you try, after you try them, when we're in one of these just bullshit sessions in the live chat, let me know what you think about them. You know my taste well enough. Be like, Ross, you need to try this one. Let me know because I want to explore the house more. I started with a safe play. I want to explore the house more. Cidrapoise, excellent choice. Oud Lemon Mint just got in. Smells better than the decant I got way back. There you go. I appreciate you using the code. I do make a very small commission from that. I greatly appreciate it. Not yet. I want to try Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir more than Green Stravaganza, honestly. I do like the color scheme for Green Stravaganza because I like the Valentino bottles, that studded glass. It's appealing to me. It always has been. Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. Because we did look at the notes on a split screen a while back when it first got announced. I'd like to try that one. I don't remember the notes off the top of my head, but I remember when we looked at it, I was like, ooh, this looks like something I might enjoy. I need to get a decant of that one. Let's see. Salty peanut brittle kind of smell out of Vanilla Oud. Am I crazy? I mean, it's fair. I get a dark, funky, spicy smell too. Do you get that? Because the Oud's a little on the funky side. Good funky though. Ooh, yeah. Sense of wood. I haven't tried it, but Hinoki as a note is fantastic. I have Hinoki wood from Amarud, and it is beautiful. Versace Porum. I go against the grain here. I've always said Versace Pour Homme to me is the best office fragrance. I exclude Business Over Pleasure because naturally I say that's the best. It was created to be the best, but it's not something anybody can get unless you want to pay ridiculous eBay prices or what resellers are asking. But as far as what's ever been on the market, I love Prada L'Homme. I get why people like it for the office, but I also like Prada L'Homme Low. But for me, Versace Pour Homme, I think, is the most easygoing, inoffensive, versatile, office-safe fragrance I've ever worn or smelled. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Dilly. Locked up every tester. Damn. Seen your last video comments. When do you determine a fragrance longevity is over? So I just kind of keep an eye on what time it is, and when I have to really look for it, because normally if I'm testing, I have it to where I can test it. It's not just around my neck. I'll have it somewhere on my arm or on my chest. I used to do on my chest a lot, but now I kind of do my arm. I'll do top of the forearm. If I got to go getting this close to smell it, it's over. If I can get a little ways off my arm, there's still some sillage kind of floating around. But if I got to get up on it, it's over. Call it a day. That's basically how it works. That's when I'm testing. When I'm just wearing something to wear something, most of the time I'm just spraying around the neck unless it's a really fresh fragrance. Then I'll start spraying all over might spray my bare chest, spray the top of my arms a couple of times to get more sprays. Start getting in the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spray range if it's really fresh. But the heavier stuff I've been wearing lately, I just spray around the neck. It's plenty. I'm going to go anosmic to it anyway. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down. We've made it to the bottom. So I want to try Gambit from Mind Games. I've heard good stuff. Good to see you. Lanui Delhomme, excellent choice. Made it just in time. Yeah, we're literally about to shut it down. Terrence, good to see you. Just got in from dinner, and the wife, Parfum is Marley Owajan, and hers was Mind Games The Forward, which I did smell. I don't remember the scent profile, but good to see you. Always wondered why Jeremy Fragrance made a fragrance called Office, but gave it nuclear projection so that everybody in the office can't breathe. I've wondered that too, because that is a beast. I wouldn't wear that in an office space. It's a beast. That's something to wear in a crowd to get attention. I've always thought that too, Rick. It's kind of funny that he did that because you want something more subdued in office space. You don't want, because in an office setting, there's an HR department. And if you go pissing off the lady in the desk across from you because her nose is too sensitive, she'll go tell HR his fragrances are too strong. Next thing you know, HR is calling you up. So you got to dial it back on the fragrances. That shit happens. So I'm with you on that. Crazy strong stuff. Got to be in the right setting. I'm not saying every office place is like this, but most are. Some places don't even allow, like working in certain hospitals and stuff, you're not even allowed to wear a fragrance, which would suck for somebody that likes fragrances. Just got in the mail today, Versace Pour Homme. Speaking of, Blue Noir Parfum and Chrome Extreme. That's a hell of a haul right there. I need that fitted. Where'd you grab it? I don't remember. It might have been Capsule Hats. It could have been, it could have been 3 different places. It wasn't Hat Club. It wasn't Lids, but it wasn't Hat Club because it's an exclusive. It's a custom. I have it in red with the blue bib, which that I got from Hat Club years ago. But this one I got last year. I'm trying to remember where it was from because I bought several customs from like 5 different places this past year. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. Because end of summer, early fall, I bought like 100 hats, maybe more. Because during that's kind of my hat spree time frame every year. Like right now, it's shoes, which it's going to be all throughout the year this year. The holiday season, those of you in the sneakers, my God, Jordan Brand wants all the money. Have y'all seen what's announced for holiday 2024 from Jordan Brand alone? Oh my God. It's like 9 pairs of shoes I want just from them. Not counting freaking the powder blues that are about to drop and just, they've got so much heat coming out this year. My God. I mean, I got my eggplants over there. I got my eggplants a few days early. By the way, I got them before they released. Eggplant foams, for those who didn't know. Or as I like to call them, the Judgment Day foams, because they're purple. But yeah, speaking of fitteds, makes me think shoes as well, because I match head to toe. I'm the head to toe guy. So, how are you, sir? Because it power hitting the Germany stuff. Called offense over the phone, and they misheard him. Good night, E. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and office 2 sprays max. I believe it. So we're going to go ahead and shut this down. Late night action. So the blur, we're shutting it down, my man. Ooh. If you want the most complex and interesting, Burlington 1819. If you want the most versatile, Isola Blue. If you want the freshest, Oceania. You got to answer those questions. You got to answer those questions. So it was a pleasure to have you, Kathy. Good to see you, Shannon. Just jumped on Ristretto Intense Cafe. That's more coffee than Rose because I have Intense Cafe, which is more Rose than coffee. But you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming hang out with me late in the evening to check out these 3 fragrances, chop it up and talk some fragrances for a little bit. We talked a little wrestling. Apparently we got into hats randomly. And I even talked a little bit of shoes just now. All the things that I'm into that are senseless things that matter to me, that I have in abundance, that are totally unnecessary to have in abundance, but it's what I'm into. Some guys fish and hunt and do all those things. I like hats, shoes, and fragrances. What can I say? I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Stay tuned tomorrow morning for the weekly rotation, which I am going to be editing shortly. I'm going to go shower, eat a meal, edit, render, and upload, and get that ready for you guys for tomorrow. Make sure to like this stream on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you Monday for another live stream. Have a good one.